Uh, KJ, what have you seen from the defensive line so far from camp? I know a lot of the other guys that we've talked to have been really impressed with your depth and especially the way you guys performed in the scrimmage this past weekend.
Yes, I'd start there. Definitely seeing great amount of depth. I'd say, we got 20 guys coming back on the whole defense who have started a football game, which number one isn't easy, and a fourth of that are all DNs, and majority of that, almost half is D line. So, first off, we know we have a lot of experience, and secondly, we know we got a lot of guys who have been here for a good amount of time and know what they're doing. So, it's definitely been a good start to the camp so far.
Hey, KJ, this is Anna with Clemson 24/7. If you were assessing short yardage situations, do you feel like you guys, especially defending the run, do you feel like you have a leg up right now on the offensive line, especially what you saw from the scrimmage over the weekend?
It's not necessarily, the mentality of trying to get a leg up. It's really just trying to better ourselves. We took a stand and really a note of last season. 0 for 9, 31, third and short. And so it's really just about our unit. We didn't play well last year in that situation. And so that's really what we're trying to challenge ourselves to be better in each day. And in doing so, hopefully, we're making the O-line better as well.
Hey, KJ, Sam from the Clemson Insider, man. Just wanted to ask, obviously you guys are going up against the offensive line in practice, scrimmage, and you guys are trying to figure out the best five. What have you seen from those guys just going up against them in practice so far?
As far as the offensive line?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what's not been, spoken about is a lot of depth on the O-line as well. I think they're definitely still trying to, figure everything out and get that cohesion, which is a lot different, from an offensive perspective than it is from a defensive perspective. But the depth is there of a lot of guys, a lot of talent, a lot of young talent, and a lot of guys who are experienced, who are, really leading the way. So I think that's something we've learned a lot, through camp. A lot of guys have grown, who have been here for a couple of years, and a lot of guys are coming in and making an impact early. And then you mix that with some of the best that we have on the O-line as well. We got some depth on the O-line as well. Which has been great to see and great to compete against.
Who are some of the young guys on your defense who are some of the young guys on your defense who have really stood out to you so far through camp?
Been a lot. First to come to mind on Makubis. Number one, he's been great for us. Trey's taking some good steps. Number 8. Trent's play well. Trotter's play well. Nate Williams. Nate's played well. Played good ball. And, I could really keep going on. But there's not, from old guy to young guy, the drop off isn't. You can't really see it, and that's what's been the best thing to see. More than anything, a lot of young guys are playing well. The majority of them aren't. But at the end of the day, when we put a squad out there to go execute, to go ball out, they've all been doing it. So that's been the best thing to see. And looking at our defense.
KJ, in what ways would you say you're a better football player this fall than last fall camp?
Instinctively, I think, finally coming into this 4th year, I think about just my journey. Starting off coming in, couldn't really lift anything. So, it was really about getting my weight up and, then it was, really trying to get confidence in the playbook. Then it was getting my feet wet, really just getting that first year of being one of the guys who we depended on. And now it's just trying to dominate every day and being an instinctive football player. I've always relied on my, football IQ as one of my strong suits. And now I'm really just trying to, sharpen those tools and make that something that really equips me to make plays on Saturday. And so I'd probably say that's probably the best thing that I've been able to work on and really just trying to develop over camp, especially since last season.
AJ, also another random question. I heard that from Andrew Booth, he said that Ruke was the best trash talker on the team. Would you say Ruke's a pretty funny guy, and what kind of stuff is he saying during practice?
Ruke's one-on-one for sure. He is definitely one of the best trash talkers, and is definitely a top funniest guys. I mean, we got a lot of characters, a lot of comedians, but he's definitely in the conversation for everybody. He's definitely one of the best we got. Pretty good football player too.
Can you think of anything he said that really cracked you up recently, or?
It's not necessarily what he says. It's he's right behind me. That's what's messing me up. It's when he says it, and usually he gets the coaches involved. Yeah. Usually he gets the coaches involved. Be making them feel a little bit older than they actually think they are. So he keeps it lighthearted. Oh, we love it. We love it.
What have you seen from the offensive line so far through camp, and how are they matching up against you guys on the defense?
First thing I see, and really it comes to mind, is their tenacity, their grit. Like I said, I think they're trying to work through some cohesion and really trying to gel as far as a whole unit, which is a lot harder than like from an offensive perspective. But the toughness, the grit, I mean, the fight, it's there. It's been there from day one. And, that's why each day, I mean, we can call it what we want, but each day we know we got to come out here and really give it our all, just to be productive, to be available, because these guys are bringing it. They're pushing us, and they're going to have us ready, and it's our job to have them ready. And I'd say definitely from a camp perspective, they've been getting the job done each day.
You had any intense matchups with anybody on the offensive line that really stood out?
I mean, not necessarily. They're all good matchups across the board. J Mac's my roommate, J Mac, so he definitely we definitely every time we go at it, it's like we'll probably be talking about it a little bit later. So those mean a little bit more, but the whole crew's been working, man. And like I said earlier, from top to bottom, side to side, everybody's gotten better, and the young guys who have come in, they've really showed great promise and have a great start to their career. So it's been a great unit to compete against all camp for sure.
AJ, I've heard a lot of hype about this Clemson defensive line. What do you think makes you guys dangerous? And have you studied Georgia much in terms of their offensive line, what that matchup looks like?
I'd say, first off, just it's talking season. So I think that's kind of funny when you hear the hype. That's not really what it's about for us. We know we're going to have a great competition coming in week one, a great challenge, and one of the best O-lines in the country. But we're just trying to prove ourselves right at the end of the day. And I think that's what we had a great job of working on so far. And like I said, September 4th, we'll have a great test of what we've accomplished over the summer and how hard we worked. But as for, the hype, we'll see what it's worth, by the end of the season.